Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my nightmare.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Come play with us, Daddy.
All right, are we in? Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yep.
Cool. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fear Freaks. My name's Braden.
I'm Destiny.
And we are the Fear Freaks. Welcome to the third episode of Jurassic Park. Started a poll here in the chat, so if you guys are joining us in the chat, make sure you guys leave your guys' thoughts on Jurassic Park 3. When we were starting, we were at 50-50. We had 2 votes, a whopping 2 votes when we were starting. My background's a little weird today because I'm once again in Arizona. So I was smart this time. I brought my tripod with so I can like put my phone up and everything. So I don't have to like worry about like, leaning it against it falling or anything. Now we should be all set for the next like give or take hour or so. But yeah, so make sure you guys leave your guys' comments in the poll on whether or not you guys like Jurassic Park 3 or not. Excited to kind of see what we thought on this movie. And honestly, I kind of should have been doing this throughout the Jurassic Park series. Not gonna lie, I mean, because this was your first time watch, Destiny, right? Like this was like, all of these are your first time watches, right? Like you've never seen a Jurassic Park movie before this.
No, only parts of Jurassic World. The first one.
Okay.
Only pieces of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Gotcha. Well, what did you think of Jurassic Park 3? Because, I know that this one, like, I've got, like, the poll I'm looking right now. Now we're at 6 votes, so it's going up, But right now, I'm, like, kind of, like, looking at the stats of the poll and everything. We're at 67% say they like it. 33% say that they don't. So, what is your thoughts on Jurassic Park 3? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Like, how do you compare it to the other 2 films that you've seen so far, being that this is the third? Did you enjoy yourself? What are your thoughts on Jurassic Park 3?
You know what? I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than the second one.
Really?
I'm not really sure. I felt like that second one, there was times where I felt like it dragged on a lot. This one, hour and a half, it was pretty quick. Everything was pretty much like go, 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 which I appreciated because I forgot I had to watch this movie until I woke up this morning and I was like, oh God, like, how am I going to fit this in? Because I was expecting a 2-hour-long movie. And then I looked at the runtime. I was like, oh, hell yeah. There's something about an hour and a half. I was like, I can definitely get through this. Mm-hmm. And I did. But I really enjoyed it. There's nothing that really, like, slowed down for me. I did message Braden saying, like, wait, is Jeff Goldblum not in this movie? He is not. And I was like, oh, okay.
Instant point loss for Destiny right there, people. That was an instant, like, it went down. And then,
it did. I feel like in a way it was missing that. But you know what? Towards the end, I was like, oh, yeah, I want them in this movie, but I think the characters we got were great. I forget their names, but we have 2 of the returning. We have the returning 2 from the first one. So we got most of the team back together, except for Jeff Goldblum. So it was great seeing them at least. That really added, some connections already. So that was pretty fun. I enjoyed them, even though the woman, she really wasn't in it that much. It was mainly, it's his name Sam.
Who?
Who's the main guy's name?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. I fucking knew it.
Dr. Alan Grant.
Wait, Alan Grant? Is that his name?
Yes, Dr. Alan Grant.
Wait, is Sam Neill his real name?
Yeah, Sam Neill's the guy that plays Dr. Alan Grant. Yes.
I was about to call him Sam Neill. Damn. No, I knew something though.
Dr. Grant. Yeah, he's
Dr.
like one of the
Grant.
most. That's like one of the most memorable names I feel like in cinema. Dr. Grant.
I don't know. Sam Neill really sat with me.
Yeah.
But he was good in it, even though he was like the one that was mainly in it. The woman doesn't really. She has a little bit to do, but she's not in a lot. She shows up in the beginning and then at like the very end, really. But it was still cool seeing her back. That was pretty interesting. But I liked it. And, we didn't have Jeff Goldblum, but we had fucking Frank Gallagher. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know he was in this. So that was pretty cool to see him. I kind of liked why they got back to, like, because there's always, like, a reason, I guess, after the first one is, like, why would they go back? What is making them go back? Because they're always like, I will never fucking go back there. You would have to kill me. And then the next scene, they're on a plane flying there. And I like the way they did it. They kind of tricked Alan Grant to going by saying they're rich and they're going to pay him for his, like, expedition things. Turns out it was a lie. Their son is missing, which we saw in the opening, which I enjoyed the opening a lot, really. So I kind of like that too, because I bought it. I was like, oh, damn, they're rich. They just want to go do this. And then you find out, no, their son is just lost and they're trying to find him. So they would bring the guy that, like, knows what's up. And he does still help them, you know. And so you get to see that Grant is he's just a great guy. He interacts with the kid a lot, which was cool to see, like, the whole kid thing from, like, the first one. So, again, he's with the kid here. So that was nice. And the ending, I like the ending too. So there really wasn't too much that I didn't like. I just had a lot of fun with this one. I think it went by pretty fast, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And before I comment on everything you just said, just want to say hi to everyone that is in the chat right now. Welcome, everyone. We got Good Real Hunting, Menelect, what's going on? Mud Nelson, what's going on? How are you? We got Chad. Chad, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Phil D, what's up? Byron, how you doing? Doomsday Crypt, what's up? How you guys all doing, man? It's freaking Wednesday. Hope you guys are all having a kick-ass week. Hope that you guys are making it through. You know, work's been kicking my ass this week, so I don't know about anybody else. But
I've been really tired this week.
Yeah.
Only Wednesday.
Yeah, that's why I've got a beer for this stream. So, you know, but good to see everybody here. I'm glad to see. What are we looking at right now? We have a 73% of people. We've got 11 votes. 73% like Jurassic Park 3. 27% don't. So, you know, it's honestly nice to see that this movie is actually, I mean, it's not like the most loved. Like if you go on IMDb, like it's got its negative reviews and everything. It is the shortest Jurassic Park movie to date. Currently sits, I think it's an hour 32 minutes, so it's very short, very tightly paced, and the movie is a lot of fun. I said on Facebook earlier in the Fear Freaks group, I said that while it's not the most loved in the franchise, it's a fucking great popcorn flick. And I think that you hit all of the right points that, you know, it is very fast paced. You know, like the opening is very much like, you know, you see them kind of assembling the team that we're going to follow throughout the movie. And then all of a sudden, Dr. Grant and Billy are having dinner with, what the hell's his name? God, what's the freaking, Paul Kirby. There you go. I don't know why I can't freaking remember that ever. Anytime I think of William H. Macy, I just go, oh, it's Gallagher from freaking Shameless.
Literally.
But, yeah, Paul Kirby. So from Kirby Enterprises, right? Like, you know,
yes.
Or Kirby Enterprises. So, you know, he's having dinner with Dr. Grant saying that, you know, they have like this thing that they want to do, like with the island. It's just a very basic exposition scene, which is also what I really liked. I liked how that scene didn't really drag on too much. They write a check to Dr. Grant saying like, so what'll it be? And then like, boom, you cut to the plane flying to Isla Sorna, which is where this movie takes place. Isla Nublar was where the first movie took place. And we got a little bit of exposition in this movie about that. Like after they found out why they're actually there, they say that this is actually the second island from the Lost World. And this is apparently the more dangerous island because dinosaurs are more open and are able to, you know, run freely and everything. And this movie also has the introduction to the Spinosaurus, which I fucking love. I think that the Spinosaurus is one of my favorites as a kid. This was the first Jurassic Park movie I saw in theaters, so this movie definitely means a lot to me. And I just remember seeing it like 5 times in the movie theater. I absolutely loved going to the theater to see it. So yeah, this movie definitely, like, you know, has like that soft spot for me because I saw it on the big screen and I just remember really, really enjoying it as a kid. I also had like this little game Like it was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but it was with the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex, and you had to like battle them to see which one was like gonna knock off. Oh, it was so cool. Like I just would go into Toys. I went into Toys R Us so much as a kid. R.I.P. to Toys R Us because they're no longer a thing. But I went into Toys R Us and I would literally I would go to the dinosaur section for a fact. Now Good Reel, I see that you're bringing this up. Okay, I absolutely fucking hate this. I hate this scene so much in the movie. It's so crazy. It's one of the only real gripes I have with the movie is that fucking Dr. Grant has a dream of a talking fucking raptor on the plane. Like, he's like, wake me when we get there. He falls asleep. He wakes up to nobody on the plane. And then Billy is like, Alan. So it's in like Billy's voice, but it's a fucking raptor. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. I couldn't stand that scene, and like I always like dread that scene coming up. Destiny, I don't know what your I know that was your first time seeing it, but like, what was your thoughts on the talking raptor scene?
I mean, it's dumb, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I guess because it looks funny.
It definitely does look funny. Like, I mean, I just think that overall the scene is just, and I get it, it's just a dream, but and like I've had some pretty weird dreams like myself in life, but you know, the whole raptor talking thing, like I just don't like it. You know, I thought it was just very weird and very strange.
Definitely. But I feel like, I guess if it was going to be in any of the movies, I feel like it fits in this one in a way, you know? So, I don't know. I didn't really mind it. Kind of forgot it happened.
Yeah, it's
as
forgettable.
Going, I was just like, what else?
Yeah, you just kind of like move on. What do you go? No, I will say, rewatching this movie definitely has a lot more horror elements, I'd say, than some of the previous movies. Like, I mean, shit, even like the reveal of the Spinosaurus. Like, I love when Mrs. Kirby is like off the plane and she's yelling for Eric, and then Dr. Grant comes out and he goes, "That's a very, very bad idea." And then she goes, "What's a bad idea?" And then you just hear it, like, and you're just like, "Oh fuck!" You're like, you know. And then he's like, "That's a Tyrannosaurus." No. It sounds bigger. And they get on the plane, and I want to initiate. Every one of them would have been dead on that plane crash. All of them would have been. That was like,
a pretty intense plane crash. It's being fucking whipped around through those trees. I was like, oh my God, they just fucking tore that thing apart. But that was a really cool scene. Everything that led up to the plane crash and all that was really cool.
The whole thing, like, I mean, I just thought, like, really, I forgot how elongated that scene is, like, for the introduction of like the Spinosaurus. But I mean, like, when you're introducing like a new dinosaur like that, I honestly think that it's a great way to do it, because it's like you hear it, and then, you know, Dr. Grant's line, like, you know, it sounds bigger. Then they're all like rushing back to the plane. Also love the music that's kind of like playing like throughout it. It feels intense. It feels like, you know, you're building up. And then it's like when Cooper is like running back to the plane, like you see he's been hurt. And then he's fucking in the road trying to, like, the plane's not stopping, buddy. Sorry, you missed it.
Yeah.
You missed your flight. That's it. And then the freaking, like, I love the reveal of the Spinosaurus, like how, like, you just see how big this thing is as it comes out and picks him up, and then the plane kind of like skids it, and then whoosh, just right through the fucking trees. So yeah, I love the whole scene.
Yes, very cool scene, because I feel like usually you can, like, I can predict, you know, when the dinosaur is about to pop out, the way that plays out, you know, you're like, oh, we're about to see a dinosaur. But for me, like, it kind of caught me off guard. Like, for some reason, I just wasn't expecting a dinosaur to pop out, just because of the whole plane stuff, and like that itself was pretty intense. And I'm like, oh my God, they're about to hit this man with the plane. No, the fucking dinosaur comes out and gets him. I was like, oh fuck, that's probably worse.
Well, I mean, shit. Like, the way it just like kind of cuts to it too. It's just like you don't see it run out of the trees. It just kind of cuts to the Spinosaurus right there, and just him turning and trying to run and snatch. Like, it's like, fuck. Like,
you know what it kind of reminds me of? In Jaws, you know how they always play the music, and that's how you know the shark is around. But then there's the part where Brody's throwing the chum in the water, and he's like looking around, and then the shark pops out without any music, and it's like, oh my god, that's what it kind of reminded me of. It's like, even though there's music going on and it's really intense, I'm just focusing on the plane, and then all of a sudden, because usually, you know, you hear the footsteps or something, the ground shaking, you know they're coming, but for this, it was just like,
you know, I'm glad that you said that, because, like, yeah, normally you would, like, hear, like, the footsteps of, like, a T-Rex running or something. No, like, here, that's why I think that the reveal of the Spinosaurus was so, I guess, shocking. Because it's like, you didn't really know what it was. Like, you heard the sound, and then it's like, you just see it, and you're like, God damn, like, that thing is crazy. So yeah, I did really like that. And then, like, the scene really continues to play out as, like, you know, like, one, it's like these characters, they really go through hell in a very short period of time. Because it's like, from the moment that Dr. Grant tells Mrs. Kirby it's a bad idea, to literally the tree crashing, to the Spinosaurus now following them and knocking the fucking plane out of the tree, that all happens, like, I'm sure within, like, movie time, it would have been, like, maybe 5 minutes. But, like, in the terms of, like, screen time, it all happens, like, within, like, 2.5 minutes. And it's, like, it's insane. Like, you know, that this thing was able to follow them and really knock out a couple of them really quickly. So
yeah, and, like, that's pretty, yeah, like you're saying, like, all of a sudden, because he thinks, you know, they're just gonna fly around to get close to it. That's what they said that they wanted to do. They just like doing crazy shit, you know. But then they're like, okay, we need to land, and he's like, no, like, you can't fucking land here, like, that's not a part of this. And then that's when he starts figuring out, like, what's kind of actually really going on. He gets fucking knocked out, and they kind of tell him what's, like, actually going on and stuff. So all of a sudden, like, lives are changed, like, within minutes. People are dead within minutes because of fucking dinosaurs.
yeah,
That's
like, I mean, fucking again, like, I feel like with Dr. Malcolm and Dr. Grant, it's like, whatever they say not to do, people just do the opposite. Like, you know, it's like, and honestly, I fucking love when Udesky, like, the guy with the mustache, I love when he, throughout the movie, like, after that whole thing plays out, like, they're like, okay, what do we do? Well, we search for your son. And he, like, looks in the direction that they're going. Because they know this, like, they know this place, or they know how. I mean, Dr. Grant actually doesn't know this place because this is his first time on this island. So it's almost like, you know, we're following him for the first time too, as he's kind of exploring all of this and recognizing that this is all new to him. And, you know, for whatever reason, they think that this man's a fucking expert on living dinosaurs when, in fact, I mean, he's done his research, he's done his studies, like, he's a doctor, right? He's written books. But I mean, like, we even find out when he meets Eric that his first book was prior to going onto the island, and his second book was after the fact that he had, you know, survives. And I really like how they, you know, kind of tie that in, that it's like, you know, while Dr. Grant is an expert in dinosaurs, he is also he's not really a survivalist expert. Like, so now he's just kind of like thrown into the pond and is like trying to, you know, swim with what he's given. And I mean, he does a good job. I'd say all these characters do, honestly, for the most part, for having to survive on this damn island. But I think that, like, they rely on these guys way too much. Like,
definitely. It's like, it reminds me of in Tremors. They keep asking, I forget her name, but it's like the seismologist or whatever. She's one that's like studying the ground and like the movements and stuff. Seismologist, I think. But they keep asking her, like, well, what do we do now? And she's like, why do y'all keep asking me? And they're like, you're the expert. And she's like, no one knows what the fuck these are, you know? So, like, yeah, he's studied them. That doesn't mean, like, what we know doesn't mean it's like 100% true. Like, we're just kind of going off what we have, like fossils and shit. We don't really know exactly. Like, things could be different. I understand that if I was in that situation, I would be like, you're the person that has to save us. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not leaving this man's side. Like,
no,
I mean, like, I'm following him. This man is the expert. I mean, you tell me what you need to do. If you need me to build a fire, I'll fucking build a fire. But hey, like, I mean,
sticks.
yeah, but like, and really, it's like, again, anything that he would say, like, if he says that this area is dangerous, it's dangerous. We're not going. We're like, we're not going to do it. But for whatever reason, other characters, I mean, I also get it, right? Like, obviously, guys, we're just giving this movie shit. The movie has to happen, right? That's why characters have to make certain decisions.
Obviously,
otherwise it wouldn't be dramatic. But like, what do you call it? The raptor scene, the first raptor scene in this movie, I fucking love. And it's like right out of a horror movie. And I really enjoyed that entire thing of like them kind of like walking through, Billy's kind of going through, taking pictures and everything. Mrs. Kirby's walking through and kind of like looking at everything. And then the one just looks a little too real. And then like you get the close up and the eye move. And I'm like, oh, like those things, like I can't get over in all of these movies how smart the fucking raptors are. The raptors are so smart and it's so patient. Like, it was like waiting for her to like, and you could just see like she's like leaning in and then it moves his eye and she like, steps back and boom, like it's like trying to eat her. Like, the whole thing. I love the raptor scene. The raptors are just so smart.
That was a really cool scene. I like that one a lot, actually. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and like the chase scene and everything, like that kind of like followed that was really cool. Like, I mean, again, this movie is just very fast paced. Like, it's like really there's like dinosaur encounter, little bit of like downtime, dinosaur encounter, a little bit of downtime, more dinosaur encounters end. Like,
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like the movie's pretty tense overall. My main gripe with part 2 was like I felt like a lot of those tense scenes dragged on for too long, and for me, it wasn't to like what's it called? Building like the suspense. What am I trying to say? The suspense. It wasn't building suspense for me. Like after so long, I was just like, okay, now this is just like silly, like how long the scene is going on for. But for this, like because it was so short and everything, I felt like it was really condensed. I felt like those scenes were pretty tense. Like the scene when they're walking through what we find out is like the bird cage, which I thought that was a pretty cool reveal. Because at first I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not normal. This isn't something just all willy-nilly. And they're walking through and you can't see anything because everything's so foggy. They have to go one at a time because it's pretty like weak, I guess. And then the two make it across and it's a young boy. He's going, and then that's whenever Grant figures out like this is a bird cage, and then he gets fucking scooped up. That was pretty cool. I was like, oh my god. And like I feel like this movie has a lot more digital effects than practical. I feel like a lot of the dinosaurs are digital, but like I felt like they didn't really look bad. There wasn't really too much. I was like, oh yikes, because this is like what 2000 something
2001.
2001, that's really fucking early. We've seen movies that come after this that look awful. Like this movie, like the dinosaurs, I don't think they really look bad. Maybe in some little aspects, I was like, okay, but for the most part, I thought they looked great. I felt like some of the ones from the last movie looked worse than what we got in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. And I'm going to continue to comment after I, catch up with everyone that is, that's here. Whoa, people, what's going on? We've had a lot of people join us since. Shaheem, what's up? She says, hello, freaky peeps.
Hello.
How we doing? 5-Star Media, what's up? Good to see you here. Good to see you're continuing your streak.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Menelec, Goodreal. What have you guys all been saying here? What do we got? Let's see. Sorry, guys, I got to like reach up on my phone right now because of all this. So, Menelec says, in good movies, they do not listen to the experts anyway. Correct. That's true. They do not.
Yep.
What do we got? Phil D says part 3 is definitely more intense than, the predecessor. And it definitely is. So, that's, yeah, no, I mean, part 3 of the Jurassic Park series, I mean, like, I don't know. After I see Dominion, I'm curious to see how I'm going to rank all of these movies. Because it's like I know that these next two, and like, obviously, now that the movies are newer, Destiny for these next two, you're probably going to be like, okay, these effects better be like fucking top tier. Like, you know, coming out in like 2015 and 2018, I think, was Fallen Kingdom. And then we have, I mean, the effects even in the trailer for Dominion, like, they look unbelievably real, like, now. It's crazy. But I agree with you. The effects in this movie, especially the Spinosaurus versus the T-Rex scene, we haven't talked about that yet. The Spinosaurus versus the T-Rex, oh my god, it was a great fight, I thought. Like, I also love how, like, I always forget that the reason that Dr. Grant says nobody move a muscle when the T-Rex is revealed is because if you don't move, it won't see you.
Yeah.
Like, if you continue to move and everything, it's going to have a clear sight as to, well, there you are. But if you stay perfectly still, it's not going to see you. So, like, when he says nobody move a muscle and everybody just takes off after it roars, like, it's like, okay, well, you just gave yourself away. And then they hustle. They had just lost the Spinosaurus, and then whoop, there he is again. And then they fight, and the whole fight, I mean, I'd say that it's like, I saw somebody say earlier in, it's actually right here, Mental Act right here. It says, people criticize JP3 because the T-Rex reveal to the JP3 spinal reveal, but the T-Rex was epic historically. Like, apparently one of the reasons that people judge it is because T-Rex loses to the Spinosaurus. But I'm like, you can't really judge a movie based off of that. It's just the Spinosaurus, like, the Spinosaurus actually has hands, and it has, like, bigger claws to, you know, actually, you know, work with. Like, the T-Rex got the two little tiny arms, and, you know, yeah, sure, it's like an apex predator, and it, like, you know, is a meat eater, and it's a carnivore, but the Spinosaurus just has more to work with, and the Spino is also just beefier than the T-Rex was. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. But I did like that fight a lot, you know. I like the fight, and I like when Dr. Grant actually, like, gets, like, like, he's, like, in the tree trunk, and the T-Rex, like, goes right over it, and, you know, continues on its path. But, you know, yeah, I did like that scene a lot.
Yeah, another scene I really liked is the scene when they're on the boat. I thought that was pretty cool. They're on this, like, boat, and they're Grant trying to make the call to the girl from the first movie because they're fucking, you know, stuck here, basically. And then everything's fine, everything's going, and then you see it in the water. And, like, this is something, like, I really been wanting is, like, stuff with the water, just because I think that's pretty scary, and, like, all the weird shit that could be in the water here. So I like that a lot. And it comes out and it bumps the boat, and everyone's pretty much fucked. And then they're pretty much, like, drowning. That's also really fucking scary, because not only are you worried about the dinosaur, you also have to make sure you don't drown, because you're pretty much stuck in this little cage that you put yourself in to keep you safe. Now you're stuck in it, about to drown. And I'm really glad Frank Gallagher, I already forgot his name in this one. Buddy? What was his name? Grant?
Who?
No. What was Frank Gallagher's name in this movie?
Oh, Paul Kirby.
Kirby?
Kirby. K.
Kirby. Yeah. Whenever he had to climb up there, and then he's shooting at him with the flare gun, I was really nervous that Kirby was going to die. I was like, no. Just because, like, I wanted the two parents to get back together at the end. So I was like, they can't they can't kill him off. I was really worried. Or even the wife, when they're stuck in the little metal cage thing, she's getting fucking, like, cut. At least you see blood coming out. I was like, oh my god, she's about to get fucked up under this water. But, you know, he saves the day along with Grant, and he lives, luckily. I was really worried about that. Plus, like, your son's been missing for 8 months, and then you kill off, like, a parent. That'd be pretty fucked up. 8 weeks. Oh, did I say months?
Yeah.
Weeks. Definitely not months.
I was going to say, the kid is lucky for surviving 8 weeks on the island, but 8 months? Holy shit. Dude better have, like, literally, better have, like, 3 books. He better double the books that Dr. Grant
Get him out of here. No, 8 weeks. So I'm glad neither of the parents died. So I'd be like, that would be really fucked. You know, you've gone 8 weeks, which is still a really long time, thinking your kid. Well, they think he's still alive. They have a feeling he's still alive. But there's still a possibility your kid could be dead. It's been alone on this island with a bunch of dinosaurs. So And that kid was smart too. He knew some shit about those dinosaurs, and obviously he knew enough to survive for that long, so good on him. He was also a great character. That was given stuff to do in the movie.
Yeah, he definitely, because I mean, his parents, they're there, they're looking for him, so it's it makes sense at the first part of the movie, we follow them. We're not sure if he survived after the opening, and then we find out that he throws the gas grenades and saves Dr. Grant from the raptors, and then we reveal, voila, it's him. And I mean, Dr. Grant obviously knows it's him because there's not many kids running around on the island. So,
nope.
And I actually really did. I don't know if you caught on to it, but I did rewatching this, when they were talking about Eric reading Dr. Grant's books, when he was like, did you happen to read Malcolm's book by chance? And I love the little reference to Dr. Malcolm. It's because even though he's not in the movie, it's Dr. Grant doesn't really like him. So I'm actually kind of curious to see how they're going to interact in Dominion, when they all have to work together again. So
what does the kid say? Doesn't he say they're preachy or something? Or he says something I forget what he calls them, but he definitely says something they were too not pretentious, but along that sort of line. So
who?
Kind of the kid, whenever he asked him if he read Malcolm's books or journals or whatever, and he says that they were too something or a little something. So he kind of talks shit about him, and then he's like, "That's two things we have in common."
Yeah, he said he said he thought it was okay, and then he said he thought that he was a little full of himself, and
something like that. And then he's like, that's two things we have in common or something. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. That got a good laugh out of me.
Yeah. So it's I mean, but then again, he kind of is I mean, that is kind of his character. We see that in the first Jurassic Park. We do see it in the second one, even though he definitely is a likable character. Don't get me wrong. To fans, he's a likable character. If that's the kind of character that you're dealing with, in a group, I could definitely see why he would come off as annoying or full of himself or something. But yeah, in terms of character wise, great character.
Definitely. I was a little disappointed he wasn't in this movie. I think that would have definitely, even though I really did enjoy this movie, like I said, I liked it better than the last one. I do kind of wish he was in it. Do you know why he wasn't, or was he never supposed to be in this one? Or
I'm not really sure as to why he wasn't. I'm sure that it had to do with the story that they were trying to tell. And let's face it, I mean, after he has now experienced both islands, I don't even know if you'd be able to get him back. I don't know if you'd be able to get him back on this island. So,
that is true. That is
especially
true.
with a guy like Paul Kirby. I mean, I feel that he would have needed a down payment. I mean, they did get a down payment. They got a check, but
just
Billy
and cash it.
Billy and Grant was literally, is this check even any good? And he goes, wow, so we're on this island and we're not even getting fucking paid.
Yeah, literally. He's I have to save this fucking kid. I'm not even going to get paid for it. He's pissed.
And then it's I love how he tries to make up. He's I'll make it up to you. If you ever need any kitchen or or bathroom stuff done, it's yeah, that makes up for the money you were going to give us for fucking being on this island with fucking man-eaters.
Literally. Yeah, that's getting my kitchen redone is definitely worth my life.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the movie is definitely, I mean, watching it again, I had just as much fun with it as I did at when I was a kid. I mean, I don't really complain about it because I could just have a bucket of popcorn and just really enjoy the mayhem. I did love the satellite phone scene. When Eric finds his parents for the first time, it's everything's all happy. And then he's like, how did you know? He's like, that jingle from your stupid phone, I heard it. He goes, my phone? He goes, yeah, your satellite phone. And he's like, I don't have it. And then he's like, I gave it to Nash. He must have had it when pause, turn,
you
boom.
Hear it. Yeah. You hear it again, and they're just
yeah. It's
I love that reveal of the phone.
Yeah, dude, the dinosaur, the dude was sitting there ready. He was try it, bitch. Try to move. Try and see what happens.
And then they have to dig through the dinosaur shit to get the phone. They're all
Oh.
digging in piles.
Yeah.
And I like that the dinosaur is like looks at them and just walks away. And it walks away because it smelled bad. Like it's not gonna attack them because it smells like shit. They're not gonna want to eat that, So it just like walks off. That also got a good laugh out of me. I like that a lot.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also kind of going back to the scene where Eric and Dr. Grant are together. Like when he like holds up, he goes, "Careful with that." He goes, "It scares some of the smaller ones away, but it attracts really big one with a fin." And he goes, "This is T-Rex pee." He's like, "How'd you get it?" You don't want to know. I mean, I kind of want to hear the story.
I want to know. He's just like hiding under like some bushes or like the leaves, and it's just like, like get it in here.
Like, I mean, I if it was me, I'd be like, I kind of do. Can you tell me? I
do want to know. Actually, yeah.
Can you explain this to me? No, but yeah, that whole thing. And then it really gets to and when the fucking Spinosaurus just breaks through the fucking steel gate like it's nothing, I'm like, damn, like, honestly, that's why I love this thing. Like, this thing is freaking, it'll go after what it needs to. And then we don't see it again until the end. But yeah, the pterodactyl scene is definitely really cool, like you were saying.
Yes.
The whole birdcage scene is honestly a great scene. I really liked a lot of the set pieces that they had in this one. I think that one thing that you kind of didn't like about, even though the ending was fun in the Lost World, I know that you were like, okay, now a T-Rex is fucking going through a town. Like, at the end, it's like it was focused on the island. It was focused on like this mission that, we kind of followed two different groups. And then now I like how this one really just kind of takes place and has the finale on Isla Sorna, I think that it kind of makes the movie pace a lot. And I just really think that this movie gets more hate than it really needs to, I truly do think that this is a very entertaining movie and I have a lot of fun with it. So,
yeah, to me, it feels, obviously like Jurassic Park, but I feel like this one for me felt more like the first one than the second one did. And like, it just feels more of like a watered down version of the first one because, still the first one has been my favorite. I don't think I will like another one more than the first one because the first one has like a charm about it. I don't feel like the second or third one is like as charming as that first one. This one feels more of like a watered down version of it, but like not in a bad way, like it just feels like your standard sort of Jurassic Park movie. They get there, the dinosaurs, ensue, and then they are rescued, and that's it. But like, that's fine. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's just like I truly think that like this one definitely feels, in my opinion, more Jurassic Park than the second one did. I mean, while I don't hate The Lost World by any means, I think that this one just has, I also think that a big part of it for me is because I always saw Dr. Grant as like the main character. So like growing up, like when I was watching Lost World, like sure, I love Dr. Malcolm. I love Jeff Goldblum as that character. But to me, it was always Dr. Grant. So like the fact that Dr. Grant was in this one, it just kind of like felt more Jurassic Parky than I would say, the second one did.
Maybe that's what it is then, because I would agree. Even though, like you said, I love Jeff Goldblum in the both movies that he was in. I really enjoyed him in both. But I do think that Grant, whenever I think of Jurassic Park before I saw these movies, I thought of him. Like, even though I hadn't seen the movies and I knew Jeff Goldblum was in it, but like, I always thought of him in the movies every time I would think about him. So I think I would agree to that. He is what I think of whenever I think of Jurassic Park. And I was surprised that he wasn't in the second one whenever I was watching that one. I was kind of shocked that he wasn't there. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. But I'm glad he was in this one because it does make it feel more like, I guess, the original in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, that's honestly why I think that the newest one is going to kind of, I'm really hoping to see that big charm, in, because now it's like, when you watch these next two, it's like you'll get to know these new characters, but now we're gonna have like two whole generations of characters, like, you know, coming in to one movie, and I'm curious to see how all of them are going to interact with each other. So
Wait, so I have not seen the trailer for this new one.
yeah,
I don't know really anything about this new one. So it's gonna have the original 3 in it, right? Yeah. Okay, and then it's gonna have like Chris Pratt in it too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have the characters from his 2 movies also, and then the 3 from the first one.
Yeah. So it's gonna have it's gonna have like 2 whole generations of characters on it, and I love how for the marketing they gave the original characters their own poster. Like they actually like put like the big dinosaur, like, you know, the logo, right? Like the Jurassic Park logo. And then like in the middle, like they put like the 3 main ones. They also have like the main posters, like with everybody on it, like, you know, but they did like a few different posters for them. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like I fucking like, don't watch the trailer until, or don't even watch it at all. Maybe
I probably won't.
Just go in like with like a clear mind. But like all I know is like when I did watch the trailer, I fucking like I don't tear up for a lot of trailers. As soon as I saw Dr. Grant, I like fucking and as soon as I saw Ellie, like I literally like they have a scene together and like the class like the dun, 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 like it was just like a somber like theme. I teared up. I lost it. I couldn't fucking do it. Like it got me. It got this adult man. It got the tears flowing. Like, and I honestly think that this movie is probably gonna do that for me. Like, I mean, I grew up with these guys, and I'm excited to see how, like, you know, this movie is really going to play out. Like, this is the 6th one. So it's like, we're on 3 right now. We have 3 more to talk about, you know, and I'm really curious to see what your thoughts are going to be on now Jurassic World, you know, because we got that coming up in a few weeks, I think. We got that in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
When Fallen or Dominion comes out June 10th. We might have to find a way to knock both of them out before that.
Okay.
Hate to break it to you.
Soon.
I know, it literally comes out in 2 weeks from Friday. So, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I guess maybe do the first one next week, and then maybe the second one the next week, right?
We might. I know that we normally don't like to do more than one like topic over the course of like, you know, a certain number of weeks, but we are kind of coming down to the wire here, like with like it coming, and then we got to talk about it. Then we got to review it. We got to discuss Dominion. But what do you call it? What do we got here? Chase, what's going on, man? How are you? Good to see you here.
Hey, Chase.
Oh yeah, you and me both, Braden. The foot stomp is what got me tearing up. Yep, the freaking whole thing, man. Mud says the new one actually looks pretty good. Also doing Jurassic Park and Jurassic World 3 back-to-back on June 9th in theaters. They do actually have that coming up. They've got a double feature for select theaters. They're doing the original Jurassic Park, and then they're doing Dominion. Like, they're doing a double feature. Back when I used to work at the movie theater back in the day, I remember, like, when we did stuff like that, when we did events like that, like you got like a deal on like popcorn and snacks and everything. So like, I don't know if like where you're going does that, but it's a cool perk. You know, you get discounts on snacks and everything. So Destiny, are you a movie member or anything?
No,
you're not like a top tier moviegoer. Like,
no. Look, I only really like going to see movies that like I am excited to watch, you know? Like if there's a movie I'm not really excited about, I don't really care to go see it in theaters just because, like, whenever we go, it's not just me, it's also my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, why would I also want to drag him along to a movie I don't really want to see? Because he doesn't want to see it in the first place. Like, he doesn't really care. And so I'm just like, I'll wait. Like, I was not going to see this new movie in theaters because I thought it was also coming to streaming. But I have to. I'm excited.
I truly think you're gonna thank me. I think you're gonna thank me for the exciting
Probably.
theater experience that you're gonna get out of it. Like I think I'm gonna go see it in IMAX. So, you know, I mean, again, I'm very excited. Like being that this is a franchise that I love, you know, and I have forever. And like, just I genuinely think that you know you're gonna be like Braden. Thank you for us doing this, and thank you. So you know I'm gonna get her to thank me live on air when we do our Jurassic World Dominion.
Well, then I'll just say I hated it.
Well, then if you hated it, then you hated it. You know, like who am I to say? I hope that I don't either. You know, I'm gonna like imagine like us having to get on and saying it's the worst movie of the year. Like you're gonna be like, well, the buildup was for fucking nothing. So
literally, I just watched all these movies for nothing.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be fun. Like, after the second one, I really wasn't that excited to see the new one, you know? I was just like, and I have to go to the fucking theater to go see this movie that Braden's making me go see, basically. But then, like, after today, I was like, okay, like...
You're like, huh. You know, you're like, this actually, it's pretty quick pace. And then, like I honestly genuinely think, like I told you, I thought that you were gonna like this one more than the second one. And I just thought I feel like I'm kind of like doing like these movie talks with you. I'm kind of like getting like into your pace of movies and everything. Like, you know, like I'm just like more understanding the movies that you really like. So I was like, you know what, I think Destiny is really gonna, you know, enjoy Jurassic Park 3. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that you're also really gonna enjoy Jurassic World, the next one.
I think so, just from the little pieces I did see of it, like whenever it was on like TV one time, and I was just kind of like looking over a little bit. From what I saw, I did enjoy it, and I wanted to finish it, but like I think I was leaving to go somewhere, so I didn't finish it, and I never just tried to watch it again. But from those little pieces I did see, I did enjoy. I thought it was fun. I think I started watching kind of when shit starts really going down with everyone, so, and then I left. So I'm excited to see that whole fucking scene with the girl being picked up and yada 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 yada.
Oh, there's a lot more to be excited about in Jurassic World. Like I think, like I mean,
cool, because that's like the one thing like I'm really excited to see fully play out.
Yeah, no, Jurassic World. Jurassic World was one of my favorite theater experiences of 2015. That was also the same year that Star Wars Episode 7 came out, though. So, you know, like, I mean, those were like, I think those were actually 1 and 2. Star Wars definitely surpassed Jurassic World. But when the first Jurassic World came out, it was the biggest movie opening in one weekend of all time. It had the biggest solo movie weekend of all time. And then Star Wars came out like 5 months later and completely fucking demolished it. But, you know, like,
that's really
but what do you call it? 5-star was saying that, yeah, I'm looking right here. 24 people have voted. Yeah, Jurassic Park 3 has done really well in the chat tonight. We've got a 75 to 25% that people actually really like Jurassic Park 3. It's nice to see that we have a lot of, honestly, what that kind of shows me is we got a lot of campy movie fans here, you know, and honestly, like that also makes me happy because, you know, we like to talk about horror mostly, right? And horror movies are very campy. So, you know, I think that I feel like that people that really like campy movies are going to be more forgiving of this because sure, it's campy. It also, I think it takes itself just seriously enough to like where the intense moments are actually intense and you care about the characters. So, you know, I genuinely really think that, you know, this movie is very underrated. I will go as far as say as this movie is definitely underrated for what it is.
Yeah, you know what? Something you just said, it kind of made me think. There are parts in the second one, definitely with the little ones that end up attacking that guy eventually. But, you know, like, the scene goes on forever. They keep chasing them, bopping on them, whatever. To me, that's not scary at all. Because to me, it's like, it's kind of silly. Like, oh, look, they're so small attacking them. And it reminds me of whenever they're making Friday the 13th Part 6, because they wanted to make it more of a comedy. And they said, you can make it a comedy, but nothing funny with Jason. Like, you don't want Jason to be silly. You want him to be scary. And I feel like that's what this one does. Like, all, like, the silliness that really happens, it's not with the dinosaurs, it's more with the characters. Like, there's really not like a lot of like slapstick humor going on with the dinosaurs themselves. And I think that's obviously smart, because like you said, like, we should be afraid of these dinosaurs. Like, if this is real life, we should be scared of that, because that is fucking terrifying. So you definitely want to have your monsters straightforward, even if everything else around them is silly, campy, and a little bit over the top. But if your monsters are scary, that's going to still what adds like that horror element into these types of movies. Your monster needs to be scary.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that, the I guess main antagonist is the Spinosaurus of this one. I think that the Spinosaurus is definitely very creepy, and like, we see that right away. Like, it really does have a really good introduction. Kind of, I mean, I'm not going to compare it to the T-Rex introduction to Jurassic Park, because like, you just can't. Like, that whole opening scene of like the whole goat thing in the original Jurassic Park, like when it's like you see the goat get put in during the day, and then it starts storming, and then the things break down, and you like just see it, like the camera like kind of pans up, and you just see the goat get tilted back in the T-Rex's mouth. I mean, you can't, like, it's not like that. Like, that reveal of the T-Rex, holy fuck. One of the most iconic scenes in a movie ever. But like, I think that the introduction for this, like, I found myself, because in The Lost World, it was more or less just the T-Rex again, and I thought the T-Rex reveal in The Lost World was just kind of like, oh, you knew what it was. Like, they tried to like, make it like, oh, you could see the characters that are like hanging out like in the tree or whatever, like in the elevator or whatnot, and you just see the trees moving, and like you're kind of like following it. Like, sure, like, that's fine. But I thought that the reveal of the Spinosaurus was done very well in terms of like, just like, I guess, shock factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, even though like, another complaint I had with the second one is I feel like it really tried to capture that same sort of funny humor, quick editing that matches like what they're saying to like, and that is the joke, is the editing. And I feel like the second one tried to do that too, and it didn't work as well. And for me, like, this one, it doesn't really have that. It's not like, even when they're like being silly, it's not like, Malcolm be like, oh, they're gonna come in here and then they're in there. It's not like anything like that, really. It's just like, oh shit. And I like that there's those moments they're like, oh, he's like, oh my god, whenever he realizes it's a birdcage, and then we see it. But it's not like, I feel like the humor was here in this movie, but it wasn't, I don't know, it didn't feel so forced, I guess, because I feel like a lot of the humor in the second one was really forced, because it's like setting up that joke. And even though the first one did that too, I feel like they did it so much better. It's like almost seamless. But the second one, I was just like, no. But this one, I didn't notice really a lot of that, to where it's like they say something, cuts to, there's your joke. There really wasn't a lot of that. Like, I felt like it's campy, but it's also, like you said, they're playing it serious enough to like, it's like perfect. It's silly, but it is also serious. I feel like the second one, for me, was a little bit more silly, and it wasn't really as serious, even though there were some like cool scenes. But I don't know.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. 100%. Goodreal says, which is better, May or JP3? JP3, in my opinion.
Which is better? I would probably say May. Which one would I rather watch? JP3. I think May is maybe, even though like this isn't like a bad movie, it's just like I said, it's like a rundown version of the first one in a way, or like a watered down version. So it's like, it's not anything we really haven't seen before. It's just like, putting on your best most comfortable pants. That's what this movie feels like. You're just putting on a pair of sweatpants because you already know like what you're getting into, and it's like the original. But May, I think, is maybe like a better movie just because it's sort of unique in its own way. Now, if you're like asking me like May compared to the first Jurassic Park, I would say Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I mean, again, I didn't hate May. I just think that out of the two that I'd prefer, I definitely prefer watching Jurassic Park
I prefer watching Jurassic Park 3
over May again. I mean,
May
is one of those movies like I'm gonna remember that movie forever. Like I'm like, I don't really need to see it again in my lifetime, and yet I'm still gonna remember the shock value that the movie definitely gave me. Like I was like, holy shit, like I fucking like remember it like I watched it yesterday. And I mean, kind of the same thing like Jurassic Park 3. It's like, being that I saw this when I was very young in the movie theater and I've seen it several times, I watched it fucking on VHS over and over again growing up. I mean, I know this movie, like, I mean, I really had to kind of skim through it today, and I still remembered a lot of the shit that happened because I just know this movie. Like, I probably know this movie more than any of the other Jurassic Park movies, if I'm being honest, because this is the one that it was the newest one when I was growing up, and so when it came on VHS and DVD, my parents bought it for me, and this is really the one that, because it was the newest one, that I just had on over and over and over again. So I definitely know this movie a lot. And but like May, I feel like that like I just watched it yesterday, and in fact it was like a week or 2 weeks ago, because we didn't cover it the week that we watched it, because that was the week that Kirby got announced that she's coming back for Scream 6. So yeah, it was last week, but I was still able to talk about it like I had just watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, but I mean, out of the two, yeah, I would definitely, in my opinion at least, even in terms like, of course I'd rather watch Jurassic Park 3, but I still think that Jurassic Park 3 is better than May. But May isn't necessarily a bad movie, if that makes sense. So
yeah, definitely.
Robert Long says, did you ever watch the 1990s Carnosaur horror series movies, kind of a ripoff of Jurassic Park? No, I have not.
No.
Yeah, I definitely have not. Destiny, speaking of dinosaurs and speaking of dinosaur series, what we should cover? We should cover the Velocipaster.
I fucking knew you were gonna say that. I fucking knew it, man. Absolutely not. Absolutely
you don't want
not.
You don't want to do a drink along?
First of all, I don't want to do a drink along. After the last one.
Oh my god.
I can't. I felt like ass. I threw up so much. No. I know people always say like, oh, haha. And like, yeah, it definitely looks like, I've watched a video about Velociraptor, and it wasn't even, I can't remember whose fucking channel it was, because I watch a lot of different commentary channels that aren't necessarily for horror. They just discuss whatever. But I think it was Elvis the Alien, and he does more horror than like anyone I watch, even though his channel isn't necessarily just horror. I think it was him or either Curtis Connor. And I remember seeing, they were watching the movie, doing like a little thing for it, a video about it. And there's a part of the movie where they didn't add in their special effect. It was like written on the screen, like what was supposed to go here, and it wasn't even included. They forgot to include their special effect for the movie.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't want to watch that, honestly.
Oh
There's so many movies I know are good that I probably should watch first.
You're like maybe far down the line, but like,
yeah, and I do like, a bad movie. I love bad movies, but like, I love bad movies when they're still made decent, like if they don't look like they're made for $5 and it's still a bad movie. Like a lot of 80s movies aren't necessarily great. Like a lot of like those 80s slashers, they're not like amazing, but they still look at least good, and they at least have like something going for them. This movie looks like, no. If you can't remember to put your fucking effect in the movie, I don't want to watch it. Who let that happen?
Whoever made it, obviously. What do you call it? We've got Metalux says cover It Follows. I definitely would like to cover It Follows. I've actually, believe it or not, never seen It Follows. So
Really?
yeah, never have. So that'll be a first
I've only
time
seen
watch.
it twice.
That would be a first time watch for me. I've heard really good things about it though. So, I mean, definitely plan on covering that at some point. Good Real says, bro, I love the Velocipaster.
And I know Brett does, and I'm just like, I don't know about that, man. I gotta watch, I have to see The Fly. I've never seen The Fly. Every time I watch it, I see Jeff Goldblum, I'm like, damn it, I still have to watch The Fly.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet either. Brettman also says, I'll do that drink along with you.
Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun.
Destiny will be tuning in for that one, not being a part of it.
No.
5-star says, the Scream one messed you up that badly, eh, Destiny?
I don't even know why it messed me up so bad either, because I drank more during Halloween Kills. I drank a higher alcohol percentage during Halloween Kills because I took that fucking shot of moonshine. That right there was more than the 3 Trulies I had combined. So I genuinely don't fucking understand how it messed me up so bad. I was just sitting there and I was just like,
Didn't you say that you ate before that too?
I did. I made sure to eat, and I ate a pretty decent amount of stuff. It wasn't just I snacked. No, I ate dinner before. I was snacking on some chips while I was drinking, so I wasn't on an empty stomach or anything. I don't know what happened. I got really hot. I was like, I'm definitely throwing up as soon as we get off here. I fucking know it. And it's all of a sudden I was sitting there and I was just like, oh God, everything is hitting me at once right now.
It's I don't know. It's you're going to as soon as you lay down. Even if you try not to and you lay down, you close your eyes and you start seeing the circles, even though your eyes are closed. You just know it's coming. That's
what happened to me. I got up. I turned on my stuff because I connected to my TV, turned on the last drive-in. I do not know how I managed to do this. I'm standing up fucking stumbling over trying to do it. I'm like, perfect, I got it on. I'm gonna lay down and charge or plug up my phone. As soon as I lay down, I said, got up. I was like, nope. I lay down for a second. I was like, can't do it. I'm throwing up. I laid in front of the fan and everything. I fell asleep butt-ass naked because I felt like shit. I was sprawled out on the bed. I was just like, I don't feel good.
You're like, I'm not gonna. You're like, I'm gonna be up in a half a second anyway. So
literally, there's no, not doing it. Bailey had to give me a water bottle, and I was texting him. The message was fucked up, and I thought he didn't give me. I thought he wasn't gonna get it for me. And then he finally walked in as I was about to stand up. I was like, oh thank God, because I just needed water. I needed to hold the water bottle on me. I felt like I was on fire.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I mean, I literally went through half of my Bud Lights. And then you woke up in the middle of the night. I went out that night.
I woke up at 12:30.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, I think it was later than that. I think it was 1.
Probably.
You woke up. You texted me saying that you threw up and that you didn't feel good, and I was like, "Are you serious?" I took a snap. I Snapchatted you, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm at the fucking." I literally am holding up another drink. I'm at a bar, and you're like, "I don't know how the fuck you're out right now." I actually, we got off the stream. I think I went to eat something, and then the Blair and fucking my buddy Alex says, "Hey, we're on our way to your place." And I was like, "Fuck, my place was a mess. I needed to clean." So literally, I think I let all of that alcohol stuff just go within the hour because I was moving around and cleaning and I ate. So, literally by the time they got there, Blair's like, all right, where's the beers at? So literally we had a beer at my place and we went downtown and literally by the time you texted me, yeah, I think I'd already had 3 drinks there and I'm like, yo, I'm out right now.
No, I woke up from a 4-hour nap and I was just like,
oh my God. Yeah. That, honestly.
And I think Chad was still awake, and I think Brett was still awake at this point, too. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing up right now? I was like, I've been out for 4 hours. It was a really rough night. It was really bad. I was not expecting it to be that bad, but it really was. And
Yeah.
like throwing up those Trulies and jalapeno chips together.
Oh, I'm sure that was hot.
Disgusting.
I'm sure that was a hot mix.
Awful. It felt hot. Everything just felt hot. I was like, stop.
I'm sure that had a wonderful aftertaste too.
It did.
Literally.
It was amazing.
Mud says that he has a concussion from my last night of drinking. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Gotta be careful, man. Also, it was 3 different flavors of Trulies. And so it was like strawberry, it was like the watermelon cucumber, and it was, I think, mango. So it was like 3 flavors plus jalapeno chips. I just think it didn't sit right with my stomach. I think it was a bad combo.
I feel like you gotta go get like a burrito or something like that, like, to eat before you drink. Like, you gotta fill your stomach before. Okay, speaking of burritos, I went to the Arizona Diamondbacks game with my girlfriend the other night, and literally I got like, we were like debating like what we wanted to get to eat. So she got something, and then like we were like continuing. I don't even know what the hell she got, but it looked pretty good, so I mean, but like we continued to go. I was either gonna get pizza, and then we walked by, like, I am a diehard Mexican food fan, so like, I literally walked by and I was like, ooh, like they've got chicken burritos right there. So I walk up, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Can I get a chicken burrito, please? Like, the image of it looked gigantic. I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat this right now. And legit, like I paid $15 for it. And they fucking handed it back to me, and I swear to God, a Taco Bell burrito is bigger than what they fucking gave me. I can hold it in fucking one hand. It was like this big. Like, it was nothing. I'm like, I paid, like, you should have seen Abby's face. Like, it literally, like, they, like, handed it to me, and I, like, looked, and she looked, and, like, we looked at each other like we knew what we were thinking. And she was like, babe, do you want some of my food? Because you're going to be fucking hungry. Like, that's how you know it was so small. Like, I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. I was like, I paid $15 for this.
That is crazy.
Ballparks will fucking riddle you, though. They really will.
Definitely.
Like,
dude, at Taco Bell right now, I'm telling like everyone about this because I was like surprised. If you order on the app, they have a $5 box. $5, okay? You wanna know what I got for $5? I got a black bean crunch wrap, a potato soft taco, fiesta potatoes, and a large drink for $5.10.
Dang.
That is insane.
I'll take that. Maybe that's why my sister wanted to go to Taco Bell like yesterday. So literally, I walked into my sister's room yesterday. I'm like, hey, can I take your car to the gym? And then like she goes, how long are you going to be? I was like, probably an hour, like it normally takes or whatever. And then fucking literally she goes, okay, hurry up because I want to go to Taco Bell. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so maybe that's why she wanted to go. Because I mean, shit, Taco Bell. I mean, out here, do you guys have Del Taco in Texas?
I don't think so. Or if so, I've never been to one.
I was going to say, Del Taco's pretty hot out in Arizona and the California area. But Del Taco actually has a thing called the loaded chicken queso burrito. And it's got like French fries on it too. And it is fire. It's so good.
Dude, Friday night, you want to know what I made for dinner? It was my first time ever making these. I got a potato and like I cut up in little pieces and I baked it, and I baked squash and red onion, and I think there's one other thing. Maybe that was it. No, there's definitely another. Was it broccoli? Something like that. And then I made like tacos with it. Like I put like the potato in it and some cheese, and I made like I got some like taco seasoning and sour cream and mixed it together, and I put that on my taco, and then the squash and the fucking red onion and maybe broccoli, and it was so good. Oh, yeah, and avocado. It was so good. It was like one of the best things I've ever made. I was like, holy shit. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, and I've been really wanting them again. It was freaking amazing.
You got to make it exactly like you did the last time, otherwise you're going to be disappointed. So
I know, I got to remember that other ingredient. I took a picture of it, so I hope I can figure it out. Maybe I didn't do another thing. No, I feel like I did. I remember putting it on there. I don't know. It was something green.
Was it parsley or
No, nothing like that. It was like some sort of fucking vegetable. Bell pepper. It was bell pepper.
Okay.
Squash, bell pepper, red onion, potato, sour cream and taco seasoning, and avocado. And then I had some Diablo sauce packets from Taco Bell because I like to keep mine and eat them with like food at home. And so I ate it with those, and it was just so good.
Oh, that sounds honestly. I'm getting hungry right now.
I know, I'm hungry too, and I've already had dinner.
Yet. And honestly, like, I'm just like, should I go get Taco Bell now, or should I go get something? Daner says supreme rule.
I love French fries, just French fries in general.
Taco Bell rewards are great. I'm at the fire tier. Destiny? What do you use? What kind of sauce do you use? What's the sauce? What do you use?
I always use Diablo sauce.
Diablo,
the hottest one.
Yeah, I use Diablo too. There's just something about it, like, you know, like you just like put it on your taco, like you take the bite and you're just like,
it's good. It has like really good spice to it. Like, I don't think it's too hot, but it definitely is like hot. And there's like lime juice in it. Like, there's a hint of lime. It's just amazing. And I have to keep them because if I go to Taco Bell and if I don't get any Diablo sauce, to me that's like half the meal. Like, I'm like, I don't have Diablo sauce with my food. I don't want it then.
Yeah, you're like,
I have to have my Diablo sauce.
You're like, well, I'm just throwing this out. At this point.
It ruins my whole meal. I'm just like, great, I have Taco Bell, but at what cost?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'll eat it with it. Like, sometimes, like, I mean, sometimes I'll be so hungry, though. Like, literally, I'll just like. There was one time, like, okay, this is like when I was drunk though. Like, Taco Bell's like the only thing open around here until like 3. So, like, there's a burrito joint I prefer by my house, you know, called El Burrito. And, like, I prefer that, but when it's closed, they fucking close at midnight now on weekends. They used to, when I was in college, it's right down the street from my school. They used to be open to, like, fucking 3 a.m. on Saturday nights, and it would always slap after a night of drinking. But, like, you know, Taco Bell, beggars can't be choosers, right? We'll still go. And, like, one night, like, I mean, I got the sauce, and then, like, literally I was sitting in my buddy's car and like I just started eating and I ate like 3/4 of the taco in a bite, and it was a soft shell. And then literally I just like opened the packet because I forgot to put it on, and I just like dumped it in my mouth. Like I just tilted back and just like, you know, I was like, well, it does the trick. Like, I'm still chewing, so.
No,
like,
definitely. If I get a bite and if I don't taste the sauce in it, like I didn't put enough, I will put like just the sauce. I will eat some of just the sauce. Like, it has to. I like it to be like a good balance with my Diablo sauce.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do you call it? Daner says Taco Bell should sponsor this show.
Dude, if Taco Bell fucking sponsored us.
Dude, fucking imagine.
Me?
Like, literally, like, imagine, like, us opening a fucking show and saying, yo, just so you guys know, this fucking episode is brought to you by Taco Bell, y'all. And we could hold up our tacos like that we're eating.
I would die. I fucking love Taco Bell. Taco Bell is my number one favorite fast food. Fucking, oh my god, what is it called? Baja Blast. It like escaped my mind. Baja Blast is my favorite soda, period. But I only get it from Taco Bell. I don't buy the freaking bottles because they're not good. The cans are okay. I can never find cans when they have them. It's only bottles, and I hate bottled soda. But Baja Blast is my favorite fucking soda. It's so good.
Dude, Baja
Blast,
it hits different. Like, you know, I mean, it's like the best Mountain Dew. I will say, I actually like the new Mountain Dew that just came out. I don't know if it just came out, but Frostbite, like with the shark on it. I actually kind of like that one a lot. But it's just there's none that compare to Baja Blast. I love Baja Blast.
It's so good. I used to buy, whenever I would find the cans, I would buy like 3 cases. Because they are only there for the summer. So I was just like, you never know. So I would buy like 3 cases.
Yeah.
Just drink on them.
Literally. I mean, I bought all the cases too. I think I bought like 5 cases one time just because I wasn't sure like when they were gonna.
Right? I was nervous. Or
I mean,
like, especially that first run, I was like, we might not ever get these again. So I'm gonna buy a lot of them. Anytime I would go to the dollar store, they only had them at the dollar store here. Never at Walmart, never like anywhere else. Anytime I would go to the dollar store, I would get cases so I could keep them over like the summer.
wow. Oh, here we go. Code Red destroys Baja Blast according to Daner here. Says, but Baja Blast is still good. Baja Blast is good. But Baja Blast is my ultimate favorite. But Code Red, I'm not gonna lie, Code Red, like I would literally always get that in like middle school, like for like the MW2 weekends. Like when I would just be chilling all weekend. I had like a mini fridge in my basement, and I would literally just like open up Modern Warfare 2, open up a Code Red, and I would go through the whole fucking like I honestly felt like and this is nothing against like, you know, Kyle's or anything like that, but I felt like a Kyle. Like, you know, like I would like open the Code Red and I'd be like, let's go, like with the fucking gaming and everything. Yeah, I'd be like, who the fuck's ready to get fucked?
I was a big, okay, this is going to sound kind of weird maybe, but you want to know what's really good mixed together? Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper.
Mixed?
Do it. Do half, get a cup, half Mountain Dew, half Dr. Pepper. I used to drink that shit all the time as a kid.
Oh my God, I gotta do that, I guess.
You have to. Do it and you'll be like, damn, this is actually good. Like,
All
I know.
right.
I haven't had it in forever, so maybe I'm lying, but I remember it being really good. I would drink it, like I drank it more than once. I would drink it a lot. Anytime we had Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper, I was mixing them.
Dude, I'm living for this chat right now. Like, we literally need to like have more conversations. Like, this is like why like I love that our like streams just go from like the movie to like random stuff, because literally loving all these. So Good Reel's goal is to be sponsored by White Claw. So
White Claw.
that's what he's saying. He says dream is to be sponsored by White Claw. There ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. Dude, I could just see Brettman like having a fucking blast, like opening all of his videos like that. He's like holding it up, like everything. This video is brought to you by White Claw. There ain't no law when you're drinking the claws. You know, cheers, drink, video. Let's go. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, if I was doing that, like in between the opening, because like I would probably like split it up, like splice it up. I'd be like, well, good afternoon, you shitbags. I have no idea how many of these I drank in between the opening, but, you know, but let's talk. Let's talk
But
about
let's do this.
Like,
That's a good idea.
yeah, right? Like, just be like, literally, I would just be demolished by the time, like, I would, like, cut it up, and I would just go off camera, drink, like, 4 or 5 of them, come do the video, and be like, I have no idea how many I'm drinking right now, but it does the trick, so let's get into it. I mean, I would give super honest reviews. Like, I'd probably not be as nice as I am talking about some of the movies that I really hate, but, you know, yeah.
Probably. Definitely more unfiltered.
Yeah, for sure. And this channel would probably be banned, so, for a lot of reasons. Like, I would just step into the camera one day with no clothes on, and it'd just be like game over.
Yeah, that would probably do it. Honestly, that would probably do it.
Video would get flagged and it'd be done. Like this this show would be over with. You know, I mean, like, well, you'd be like, well, I can never unsee that. So, you know, there's.
I would just be like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
You're like, I'm out. You're like, I just saw a naked man on camera, and I'm not even on an adult website.
Actually, yeah, I'm sure you're on Omegle.
I've been on Omegle. I know that there are people that legit just fucking sit on their dick flapping and everything.
They do. I've seen it several times. Me and my friends used to be on Omegle. Anytime I would go over to her house, we were on Omegle on the video cam. Just, why did we do that? Who let us do that? And there's always just dicks.
It's dicks all over the place. Like, I
all
mean,
over the place.
I don't understand.
I was
like,
looking for One Direction.
Huh?
I was looking for One Direction.
That's who you were looking for.
We were. We thought maybe.
You're like,
maybe on there.
If we're lucky, you know. There's actually a really cool Omegle video of like these two girls that are on it, and like it comes to Michael Myers, and he's sitting. I don't know if you've seen this video.
Is it when they're playing the piano or something?
And then he starts playing, like he says, request a song, and then like he actually starts playing it, and then Jason comes out of the closet. It's like, it's so cool. Like, I'm like, see, that is a really cool Omegle thing, because like it, you know, it's engaging. It kind of like makes people want to stay.
Not dicks.
Yeah, right. Like dicks is just kind of like, oh my god, it's dicks. Like,
and I was like, Tana,
yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, like it's
just looking for Harry Styles.
Well, I mean, hey, I hope one day, if you're ever on it again, that he's on there for you.
Maybe you're like, hello. I'll be like, oh my god. Yeah.
I freaking, you know, I hope I will pray for that every night until it happens. Kind of like Laurie Strode in Halloween 2018 prayed every night for Michael Biskey. Yeah, and it happened. You know, it happened. And we saw Patton say, well, that was a dumb thing to pray for. It is. It's a stupid ass thing to pray for.
No, literally, bitch. Shut up.
5-star. Thank you so much. Chemistry between you two during the podcast makes it an awesome time to unwind. You know what? I'm gonna fucking dab to that. We dab.
Why? No, there's no we.
What do you mean?
Did you say we dab?
I said I'm gonna dab to that. You could choose to you can do your little dumb face, you know, if you want. Like, yeah. See, look, that's a stupid face right there. That's your new dumb face. Just like, yeah. Oh my god, I got hit with that. It's almost like you're freaking. It's almost like you're in person. Like, you know. Stare down. Don't blink. Don't fucking do it.
Second wind. Don't need to. Fuck.
What's happening right now?
It hurts.
Well, then fucking blink. Do it.
No, absolutely not. I would rather die. Oh god, no, I'm about to. I'm not.
Yep, do it. Nope, do it.
Have you seen that TikTok from Bob's Burgers? And it's like, no.
My eyes are tearing up. Oh, I just fucking blinked.
Yes, I still haven't.
Okay, you can blink now. God damn it. Oh.
Anyways, it's from Bob's Burgers, and it's with Tina and Tammy, and it's like, take that off. And Tina goes, I would rather die. And then Tammy goes, then you will die. It's about like glitter bracelets.
Oh my god. Oh, my eyes actually hurt after that.
Yeah, they kind of feel dry.
Yeah, like, I mean, like legit, I think a tear's like coming out right here. It's all right. I'll get you another time. Don't worry about it.
Doubt it.
Goodreel says June 26th, you're going fucking down. Did you
say you're going fucking down? Or
I added the fucking, so.
You know what? I'm not going down. And you want to know why?
Destiny's staring into your soul, into our soul. Yep.
Yes. I am going to watch a lot of movies. And I'm going to win. What are you doing?
Staring at people.
Can you, like, drop your eye?
I think I just did. That's
not what I meant. I kind of meant, like, let one of your eyes roll.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that.
I don't think I can. Hold on.
I'm, like, rolling them in circles right now.
Am I doing it?
Kind of.
Yay, I'll take that.
Am I right now?
Maybe.
I think I am.
Maybe. You know what video I'm talking about? With Elijah Wood?
Oh, yeah.
Have you worn wigs? Well, how does it go? Have you worn wigs? I don't remember.
Dude, I don't even know.
When will you wear wigs?
Like, I mean, look at this. Fucking Mud says,
I don't know.
what
How's
is
that
going
video
on? I
going?
don't freaking know. Like, you know, we're at the weird point of our stream. It's an hour and 24 minutes in, you know, and yeah.
Have you worn wigs? No, I have not. Will you wear wigs? No, there has to be another one.
What
Have
the
you
fuck
worn
are you talking
wigs?
about? Dude, my eye really hurts right now. That was a
The
big...
video with Elijah Wood and his friend is pranking him. He goes, it's something like, have you worn wigs? No, I have not. And it's like, there's another one, I'm pretty sure, because it goes, will you wear wigs? And he goes, maybe. And then it goes, when will you wear wigs? And then Elijah Wood fucking loses it. Just bust out laughing. It's a really funny video. The whole 10-minute video is funny, but specifically that little clip. Have you worn wigs? I don't remember how it goes, though. Someone just popped in to be like, what the fuck? 100% Phil. What'd Phil say? What's going on? Oh.
Yeah, people,
yes,
what a
Phil.
lively chat tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support of the show, even though we're both weird as fuck, you know.
I'm a weirdo.
I'm a
That's
weird
how
person.
pick-me girls sound.
I'm literally...
I'm not like other girls. I'm kind of weird. Okay.
I'm just kind of like Sydney from Scary Movie 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you guys so much. We're gonna wrap it up now. You got... Oh my God! You fucking hit me with that again, dude. What the fuck? That one hit my eye.
Bullseye.
Dickhead. Yeah.
Bullseye.
Fucking little turd.
Turn. Wait, really quick. Another thing. Have you seen that interview with Justin Bieber? That girl where she laughs and he goes, "I like your laugh." He like mocks her laugh.
Oh,
Because she laughs weird. He goes, "I like that laugh."
Oh my God. That is fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
It's so fun. You have to watch it. I'll have to send it to you. It is.
Yeah, you literally do. Fucking, so 5-star says that they might read the podcast title and go, I see why it's called
It's
Real
fitting.
Freaks. It is fitting. We're both fucking freaks. So, you know. I'm hot right now.
I like doing that to people at work.
That is so fucking weird. Like, I mean, it'll make people fucking leave. Like, someone's gonna come into Starbucks, I'm gonna be like, hi, welcome to...
Be like, ah! Oh my God. That's
Oh
my
my
best
God.
Jeepers Creepers impression. At the end, when his face opens up.
I literally need to, like, screenshot, like, that
No,
fucking...
let's not do that. How about that? Because we were making some faces, so let's not. Else I will attack you.
Let's not do it.
Let's not do it.
Oh my God. All right. Well, hey everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week to Fear Freaks. If you guys are new here, hopefully we didn't scare you away. Hopefully we...
Yeah, if y'all are new, I hope you're not.
No,
actually, apologize. This is a good introduction episode because I feel like we're really coming into our own, you know, commercially and artistically. I don't remember how the rest of the thing goes from American Psycho. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, I mean, like next time we're just gonna, what do you call it? I'm just gonna sit here like this the whole time, like a professional, and I'm gonna like it'll be like an interview. I'm gonna be like, so Destiny,
what did you think of Jurassic World?
What did you? Yeah.
Well, Braden, it was. Okay.
Elvira wants to get in on this too.
Oh.
You fucking turn into Pennywise and the cat's gone? Oh, fuck.
No, I would never. Should I just put your butthole in my face?
No, yeah, but thank you guys so much, seriously, for tuning in to tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's at least first part of the discussion with Jurassic Park 3 and the second part really with everything else. We love you guys so much. So next week we are going to be talking about, it seems like we're going to be talking Jurassic World now up until Dominion. So, we're kind of breaking our rule here, but we're gonna have to suck it up and do it.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Jurassic World these next few weeks, followed by a Dominion review the week it comes out. So thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. And don't forget to join this channel on its journey to 10,000 subscribers. And we'll see you guys next time on Fear Freaks. Have a blessed rest of the week. Talk to you guys later.